It's the final countdown. This is Wildman Willis here doing a review of AEW's Forbidden Door 2023. And this was one hell of a pay-per-view. And, man, they were going for it on this joint tonight. We starting off with MJF versus Tanahashi for the AEW title. That was a good match to start off the show with the championship match, because you know that's how my man MJF is. He said, I don't want to be there all night. Let me just have the first match so I can roll out and call it a damn day. And that's exactly what he did. Tanahashi was giving him some go, but you know MJF had to cheat to win the match. That's how he is. So that was a good solid match. And we had CM Punk versus Kojima, and the crowd was giving CM Punk hell up in Canada. I was sitting there dying laughing. They've been booing that man all weekend, but he's still getting some cheers too. But yeah, they put on a hell of a match. And to have CM Punk finally have a singles match, he was showing off, and he's gonna be a heel soon. I can see that shit now, the way it's going. We had Orange Cassidy versus Zack Sabre Jr. versus Shibata versus Daniel Garcia, and somehow, some way, my man Orange Cassidy does it again and wins the match because he used his brain. Let everybody else beat themselves up and use the right opportunity, boom, sneak in with the win, and that's exactly how he did. So then we had Sonata versus Jungle Boy for the IWGP Heavyweight title. That match was good too. Jungle Boy was showing that he could hang in the ring. So people that's doubting his abilities, he did pretty good in the ring as well. But the biggest story about this match, after he lost the match, he turned on Hook. And Papa Taz was not liking that mess at all. So we're going to probably see Hook versus Jungle Boy soon. So that should be a good match. We had the Elite and Eddie Kingston with Ishii with the Blackpool Compact Club and their little crew. I ain't even gonna mess up their names. And my man Chikashina and Uno. So yeah, I did it. So I was surprised that the Elite was gonna win this match, but it was something going on with Eddie Kingston and Moxley, since they boys, even though they was on opposite teams. It was just one part where Eddie saved Moxley from getting a super kick body kick, but they still won the match. So they telling a little bit story with that going down the line. I wouldn't be surprised later down on the road that Eddie Kingston end up with the Blackpool, even though he don't like Cesaro. But I feel like that's going to happen for some reason. And Tony Storm and Willow put on a good match for the AEW women's belt. Of course, you know, Tony Storm had to use the rake of the eyes to win the match. So that was a good solid match. But the match of the night, I say, even though I'm a Bryan Danielson fan full and full, Ospreay versus Omega, they laid it on the line for the U.S. title. That match was bloody, suspenseful, and everything. Little Don Callis wormed his way back down to the ring. But yeah, they probably gonna have another match down the road in New Japan to settle the score for that belt. So then we had Sting, Darby Allin, and Naito versus Jericho, my man, Murder Grandpa Suzuki, and Sammy Guevara. That match was kind of clunky, so I'm glad Sting and them won. But that, to me, that was the worst match out of the show. Even though it wasn't terrible, it was just on and off here and there. So, and then we had the main event: Bryan Danielson versus Okada. Both of these guys laid it on the line, but something I never thought I would see happen. I never thought I'd see Okada tap, and Daniel Bryan worked that man until he could work him no more to make that man tap out. So this was just a masterclass in the pay-per-view. They only had one match that was just so-so. The rest of the matches were good, the great, the excellent. So if you're a real wrestling fan, you should find some way to watch this whole card, especially the Omega match and the Bryan Danielson match versus Okada. Everybody laid it on the line, and great pay-per-view altogether. This is probably the best pay-per-view that they done had so far out of all the wrestling I've seen across the board, period. This one joint was even better than WrestleMania. So, this is Wild Man Will signing off. See you next time.